Hey, how's it going everyone? Hope you're doing good. Welcome back to the channel. And today is going to be a bit different because today I want to talk about Chris Ramsey and a recent video he made called The Truth About My Channel. And in that video, it's a great video. He discusses a number of topics, but the main topic is creator burnout. And he explains in his own words that he is just feeling burnt out and unmotivated from making content, and how over the past few years his views have been steadily declining, he's putting in so much more than he's getting out, and basically just feels trapped in the YouTube system, the sort of YouTube game, so to speak.
I am burning out, by the way. It's clear as day to me. It's happened before, and same feeling. It's like I could sleep all day at this point.
And the reason I want to make this video is because I relate. Or at least I did in the past. I have felt very similar feelings to what he was expressing in that video, and burnout is a real thing. Not just from creators on YouTube, but in general, burnout is a thing. From hobbies, from jobs, people feel it all the time, and luckily I'm not feeling it right now, but I think that's exactly when you should make a video talking about it, because maybe in a few months I will be feeling burnt out and I can look back at this video and hopefully understand that feeling a little bit more. And basically, this is like an open letter to Chris Ramsey. I want to talk about his feelings and his journey on YouTube and the thoughts that he expressed that I think are echoed by many creators. From my own personal experience, I've felt burnout in a very, very strong way. I have reached points where I've wanted to quit YouTube, where I've never wanted to make a YouTube video ever again. And then a couple of days go by, or maybe a week goes by, and you get back into the swing of it. You just realize that you were exhausted. It's almost like a mental exhaustion from creating. And I think it happens especially with creating, because you're having to churn out so much, you're not getting enough fuel to keep that fire going, kind of thing. I think if you're not taking breaks, if you're not looking after yourself, if you're just constantly chasing that next big upload and you're constantly thinking about content, it's just exhausting. You just can't do that. I don't think people are built for that. You know, you look at these big corporations, these big like TV channels, you know, they're pumping out content all the time, but they're not just one person. And often YouTubers are just one or two people, a handful of people. They're not corporations, and yet they're kind of expected, or not expected, they put that expectation on themselves often, but they're putting out just as much as some production companies. And no one is built to do that. One person can't be a production company. Now, yes, Chris Ramsey has employees and stuff, which is actually, I guess, not helping, because Chris Ramsey is running a business, right? For me, this is just a hobby. Yes, it's sort of a part-time job. It earns me a bit of money, and I certainly treat YouTube like a part-time job. But Chris Ramsey, that's his full-time job. So when he feels burnout, it's not when I feel burnout, I can take some days off and it doesn't matter because it's only me who will suffer, so to speak. But if Chris Ramsey takes time off, his employees suffer. He talks about the need to put out videos, like feeling like you have to put out videos. And that is something that I've certainly felt in the past. Like if you don't upload, this channel, this thing that you've built for many, many years will sort of wither and die, which isn't true. And I think deep down we know it isn't true. Like recently I took 2 weeks off making YouTube videos, and that was fine. I came back and it was fine. Of course, people don't expect content all the time. Viewers are very understanding. I'm a viewer, you're a viewer, we're all viewers of YouTube, and if a channel we love doesn't upload for 2-3 weeks, that's fine, because when they do upload again, we'll be there watching. But when you're a creator, for some reason, you can't really see that. Like when I took 2 weeks off recently, that's the longest break I've ever taken in 7 years of making YouTube videos. 2 weeks is the longest break. That is ridiculous. So obviously, at some point, I'm going to feel burnout. Obviously, at some point, I'm not going to be able to stick to that schedule. But to be honest, I don't think YouTube itself helps this feeling at all for creators, because the first thing you see when you click onto YouTube Studio, which is the sort of behind the scenes app where you do the analytics and the title and the thumbnail, all that sort of stuff, the YouTube Studio, the first thing you click on when you go onto YouTube Studio is a ranking of your last 10 videos in order of how well they've done. To me, that is not a good thing for creator mental health. There's no way to turn this off. It has to be the first thing you see when you go onto YouTube Studio, on the dashboard, right there, plain as day, ranking your last 10 videos. So a 1 of 10 is like really, really good. It was better than the last 10. 10 of 10 is it's the worst video out of the last 10. But of course, the only metric it can use is the numbers, right? The views, the watch time, the click-through rates, the monetization. those are the numbers. YouTube are saying the numbers are really, really important. And if you're like me, if it's just a part-time job, basically a hobby, if you just do this for the love of making videos, then those numbers aren't really what's important. To me, making a good quality video, a video that is entertaining, that is fun, that is informative, whatever the goal of the video is, creative, that's my mission, to make a good video. And then YouTube come in and they go, well, actually it's a 10 of 10. It's the worst of the last 10. Even though it might be the most creative, the most informative, the best in my opinion. Sometimes, I put a video out and I'm like, that's great, it tells a great story, it does what it was really intended to do, and then YouTube say 10 of 10. Big grey downwards arrows if you're performing badly, and then big greenwards upwards arrows if you're performing good, and little confetti animations if you get a 1 of 10, but that's just the numbers. The way I've described it in the past is, it's like you're working for YouTube and they're giving you your sales record for the month. Here's how well you've performed. I don't think that is good for creator mental health in the slightest. I think that is terrible, and it's something that I wish you could turn off. Now, yes, I think that information should be available, but I think it should be in the analytics. I think you should have to go and seek that information, not have it right there as soon as you click on YouTube Studio. First thing you see. Sure, occasionally I look at the analytics, I study it, I see how I can enhance my channel and make the videos perform better. I'm not saying I don't care about views and money and click-through rates and all that sort of stuff. Of course I do, that's part of the fun of YouTube. I enjoy making my videos fulfill their potential, but that's not the reason I make videos. I don't make videos to get views. I make videos because I enjoy them, and the views and the subscribers are a brilliant side effect. Growing an audience, growing a community, all of that stuff really, really matters. But I don't work for YouTube. I work for me. I do it because I enjoy it. And Chris Ramsey expresses that in his own way. Another thing Chris talks about in his video is sacrificing a bit of the creativity in order to please the algorithm.
Some of you might even in the comments be like, yo, why are you always concerned with the price of your puzzles? Well, I have to be, dude. Because I know if you do this for a living and you study the analytics, if I don't put that number in the thumbnail, it'll get 10 times less views.
The way he describes it is, he feels like he almost has to sell a bit of his soul to please the algorithm, with the title and the thumbnail, making it really, really clickable and drawing people in, and that's part of the game. And it's part of the game that I sometimes really, really enjoy. I enjoy coming up with an intriguing title. I enjoy making a thumbnail that is clickable and makes people question what the video's about. And, again, all of that helps the video fulfill its potential. Does that sometimes feel like I am sacrificing a bit of integrity and creativity? Yeah, I think if the algorithm wasn't a thing, if the view count was completely hidden across all of YouTube and you couldn't make money on YouTube, then I think it would be a very, very different place. I think thumbnails would be more like pieces of art and titles would be more honest and to the point. Look at books, for instance. You walk into a library, the books aren't, faces like this and arrows like this, and the book title is, you won't believe what happens in this book. The book is just the book, because they know that the target audience, they will read the book and they will have the patience for that. But I think Chris talks about the sort of attitude of the general viewer at the moment, just being like, get to the point, inject it into my veins. I've not got time for the cinematic 3-minute intro. I just want to get to the puzzle solve. That's what he thinks is the current attitude, and I don't know if I agree, really. I don't know if that is always true. I think possibly it is a little bit. I think, things like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, we're told that is reducing people's attention span, so people just want to get to the thing straight away. They don't want to, care about the art side of it. But if anything, I think the fact that there is TikTok and YouTube Shorts and so much instant content, so much content that does immediately get to the point, that actually it is a refreshing change of pace when you see content that is cinematic. Like some of Chris Ramsey's videos, like he says, are basically mini movies at the start of a video that's just a puzzle solve. And the amount of work and time and effort he puts into those intros is really refreshing and is such a impressive form of cinematography that you don't see all that often on social media. And another thing that really stuck out in his video, a phrase that I wrote down in my notes app straight away because I wanted to remember it, I wanted to talk about it in this video, was this.
it just sucks to see that a platform that I love so much doesn't really have room anymore. I used to be the first person to say, yo, like, start making YouTube videos. There's enough for everyone. And I don't think there is anymore.
He explains how he used to tell people if they wanted to start a channel on YouTube, they should go for it. And now he's more hesitant because he doesn't think there is room for every creator, because everyone's a creator now. In vertical, short form content, everyone can be a creator, and that there isn't room for you on this platform. I disagree completely and utterly. I really, really disagree. It was the one thing that I really didn't agree with. I think there is room for every creator who wants to be a creator on this platform, on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever. If you want to make content, if that is your calling, then don't let the fact that the views and the subscribers might not be there for you, don't let that be a hindrance. Because sure, you might not get millions of subscribers. I certainly won't get millions of subscribers. You know, there might not be room for everyone to have a massive following, but is that ultimately why we're doing it? If you want to make content, is that really the reason? Because I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I don't have anywhere near that, but I'm still happy. And if I had 1,000 subscribers, if I had 100, if I had 10, I'd still be happy. You know, that was a really weird phrase. So I'm gonna completely say the opposite to him, and I'm gonna say YouTube does have room for you. If you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to have a YouTube channel, then make it. You know, just go for it. That's always my advice. I've got, friends and people who say, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. Where should I start? Well, start by making a video and uploading it to YouTube. It's as simple as that. That's step one. And you're going to have a blast. Sure, your first video might not be great, but you're going to get better and you're going to have such a good time. I think starting a YouTube channel is honestly one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I truly mean that. It has brought so much happiness. When I meet people at Blackpool Magic Convention, when I've talked to people in Instagram DMs or YouTube comments, the joy that you get from that is just, you can't put into words. You really, really can't. It's fantastic. Honestly, this video has been very rambly and very all over the place, but I think it's an important one nonetheless. So if this is an open letter to Chris Ramsey, then I've signed it from Cavan Booth. That is all I've got to say. Very unscripted, very unplanned, but hopefully this video resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for watching over the past few years and subscribing and everything you do. If you reach this point, that really does mean a lot. And I've left a link down in the description, as I did in the last video, to a Google form called Collab with Cavan, because this year I want to collab with as many people as possible. I really want to explore the community, not just the magic community, but outside that, and do podcasts and collabs on YouTube channels. Whatever it is, doesn't have to be magic related, and hopefully I look forward to working with you very, very soon. Again, thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be a bit more regular than this, but until then, take care.